Hi, Terry Dillon here. My company, TD Solutions, supports volunteer administrators to run their clubs better. I'm Vice President of my local football and netball club in rural Gippsland. And prior to creating TDS, I worked as a senior executive at some of the biggest sporting clubs in Australia. TDS has helped more than 500 clubs across 12 sports to not only survive but build incredible foundations to thrive. Many of our clubs, when they first come to us, have a clear lack of planning. Specifically, they don't have a budget. As a former accountant by trade, I'm still surprised at the number of clubs, large and small, that don't have a budget. I'm a big believer that if you don't budget for it, it won't happen. The old saying, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, is so true. We're finding that many clubs are flying by the seat of their pants, and there are more senior clubs in debt than not. For the most part, they don't treat it as a business. Well-intentioned volunteers are floundering because they don't know what to do. The burden of managing or avoiding debt is a key reason for volunteer turnover. Balancing their lives becomes too much. It's a pressure they can do without, and they often walk away. Being in debt is often the unspoken truth for clubs. There can be an element of embarrassment around the financial position they are in, and concern about the impact, if it goes public, on retaining and recruiting players and coaches, and lots of other possible negative flow-on effects. We've seen plenty of situations where club members have had to put their hands in their own pocket just to keep the club viable, and that's no fun. The point is this: you need to have a budget structured in such a way that the responsibilities are shared for delivering what has been planned. If you're still accounting for your financials manually, consider an accounting package. It's a lot quicker, your data can be stored in the cloud, and it's very cheap. One of my favourite success stories is a club in the outer suburbs of Melbourne. Their treasurer came to us and she was beside herself. They had a pretty successful club on field. They had 15 or so teams from juniors to seniors, but they had a good level of debt and were going backwards. The club was taking up her whole life and nothing she did seemed to help. In just a few weeks, we were able to identify the main problem areas and develop a plan for the future. Within 12 months, the club was debt-free, and the next year, they had $80,000 in the bank. But the best thing for the treasurer was that she was able to get to her kids' games and enjoy her club instead of stressing over it 24/7. Here's the tip: keep your financial reporting simple. You only need a maximum of 3 one-page financial reports to present to your committee on a monthly basis. Your committee will love it because of its simplicity. This financial modelling is the same for all levels of sport. TDS has the online education and downloadable templates that you can use for your club. The roadmap is there, already outlined for you. There's no need to reinvent the wheel. I hope you've enjoyed watching this as much as I've enjoyed making it. If you think you know someone who could benefit from seeing it, please feel free to share.